Welcome back to the channel. My name is Emory. Thank you so much for being here and tuning in. This channel is dedicated to helping you get better backpacking. So if you're into that kind of thing, consider sticking around. Today I'm going to be talking about the Seek Outside Cimarron that's packaged in this nice ripstop bag. It has become one of my favorite backcountry shelters, especially for backcountry hunting, for a lot of reasons, all of which we will get into this video. But before we dive into it, I want to mention my beginner backpacker course. It is specifically designed for beginner backpackers. There's 60 video tutorials, industry discounts to help you get started on gear, and access to me. If you're interested in that course, there are links in the video description if you want to check that out. And I would love to be a part of your backpacking journey. We don't always have every single weekend to go backpacking and figure things out. So this will help you get up and going very quickly and cut down on the learning curve. All right, so let's talk about the Seek Outside Cimarron. So why did I buy this shelter in the first place? Well, I own the Seek Outside Redcliffe, which is the big brother to the Cimarron. And I had borrowed the Cimarron and the Silvertip from Seek Outside for a video. It's also on the channel. And before I sent them back, I was like, hey guys, can I just buy this Cimarron from you? And that's how I got it, because the Redcliffe is awesome, but it is really large and it is perfect for a lot of people and a long-term hunting camp at the backcountry. But I wanted something just a little bit smaller, and that's why I bought it. I love the Redcliffe, and I figured the Cimarron would be just as good, if not better, for smaller trips, lighter trips, maybe just myself or one other person. So that's basically why I bought it. So like I said, I've had this shelter for a very long time, a number of years. I think probably since the end of 2016, maybe 2017. Anyhow, I've had it on backcountry hunts. I've had it on a solo backcountry hunt. My wife and I have also taken it on a non-hunting trip, just a few miles in and a few miles out. We've done that a couple of times. I have used this shelter a lot, and it has become very versatile, and that is why I like it so much. I've had it in the snow, I've had it in the rain, a little bit of wind, and I continue to use it as my go-to shelter if the conditions are right for a floorless situation. So let's talk about the likes, and then we'll talk about the dislikes. For the same reasons I just mentioned how many times I've used this, that is why I like this shelter so much. It's easy to use, it's light, the overall footprint of the shelter is nice and versatile. There's no other way to put this other than to say the Cimarron is just a very versatile shelter. From the size of it, to the footprint of it, to the weight, the features that come included with it, or can't, you can kind of remove or replace certain features. All around, as a total package, the Cimarron from Seek Outside is it just works time and time again. I always find myself, if I'm going to be going with someone else, or I need a little more extra room and I know that I'll be able to pitch it, because yeah, it is a bigger size, but it's not too big, especially when compared to the Redcliffe. I know I can find a spot for it. It's just my go-to shelter, especially for hunting and any other backpacking trip. Again, it's just functional and versatile, and that's why I like it. It is a reliable shelter that I love using. And like I said, I have used it as a solo shelter in the winter. It's a little too big for a dedicated solo shelter, but if you need the extra room, say you're hunting and you want a stove, or you just want to be able to lay out, like I had it out in November. It got dark really soon. I was in the shelter for a long time by myself, and it was just nice to have that space to move around and wasn't very cramped. So that's what I like about the shelter. So let's talk about the dislikes. There's not a whole lot that I don't like about this shelter, and the only things that I do not like about it are in regards to the actual design and configuration of this specific shelter. This one specifically came with the bug netting, which I thought I would like, but ended up not really using very much. I wish the doors were just a clean slate. You don't have a floor anyhow, so if there are going to be bugs, they're probably going to get in. I always end up just tying the bug net doors shut or open. And on that note, when you do tie them up, I don't really like the way the doors tie is designed. Now, this model is from 2017 or probably 16, so they may have updated this since then. But again, that's just being nitpicky. When you have the doors completely rolled up, there's just these two strings that keep it shut. And I'd like to see maybe like a bungee, or maybe a different way to tie those doors open, keep them open. Maybe one at the top, one at the bottom. It's a big door. So really that's it. That's it for the dislikes. There's not a whole lot not to like about the tent. And if you do find yourself not liking it, it's probably because you're using it the wrong way or having trouble pitching it. So that's my dislikes. And really at the end of the day, they're really not that big of a deal anyhow. So would I buy this shelter again if I had to do it all over again? And the answer is yes, I would 100% for sure buy this thing again, just because it's so versatile. It's light, it's for the most part easy to pitch if you know what you're doing, you've been practicing. It's just a great shelter altogether. Now, Seek Outside has come out with even lighter versions of their tents, and that's probably what I'd go with. Just to save the weight. If you have the extra money to pay for the lighter material, definitely go with that just to shave more weight. I mean, I think it cuts it even in half. It's already a light tent as is. Look at this. You can look at the specs on Seek Outside's website to find out for yourself. But man, yes, I would buy this thing over and over and over again. It has just become a really solid shelter option for me in the backcountry. So that's it. That's a quick rundown and review of a Seek Outside Cimarron. Again, I've had it for a lot of years and I continue to use it. And that to me is a very good sign of a piece of gear that works and is reliable and that I would be willing to say, yes, this is a good shelter. If you're considering buying it, do it. You'll love it. So that's it. Pretty quick, easy review. If this video was helpful at all, please let me know. And if you have any requests on videos that I can do down the road, let me know that as well. I would be happy to do a dedicated video for you guys. Just let me know in the comments and I'll get on top of that. As a reminder, if you are new to backpacking, be sure to check out the backpacking course. There's links in the description. And if you don't already follow the podcast, there are links in the description for that as well. If you are headed out on an adventure anytime soon, be safe, make great decisions, and we'll see you next time.